Well, I didn't expect that. So the charters talk of this valley 50 feet in front of me as the Quernan, where the Quernan Brookes is. That's what it's named as in the charters. I think one of them does say Quernan Brookes Willan or something along those lines. In which case a well would be very appropriate. This stream then joins another stream on the in real life and in the charter. So it says Kumpf to Kjaldan Willan Laku, which means the cold springs, wells springs. The cold springs, slow-moving stream. Laku is slow-moving stream. It becomes lake. Willan becomes well. Kjaldan becomes cold. And slightly change their meaning. All those words slightly change their meaning, but we can trace them. Their meanings, their sounds and their meanings still seem familiar to us. That's 1,000 or more years of development of English. I'm really pleased to find that well there. That's really a nice discovery. I mean, I get a lot of my information from a professor, an Oxford fellow who wrote a load of stuff 100 years ago about Saxon charters, but he didn't really go out into the landscape to check what he was doing. But then by doing that, he managed to get a lot done. But when you do go out, you make discoveries, and then you're able to confirm stuff in the charters. It's well attested from the pagan period of Anglo-Saxon rule. 4 gods were worshipped. That was Woden, Thunor, Frigg or Freya, and Chew. And Woden in Scandinavia is Odin or Uthin. Thunor is Thor. Chew is Tyr or Chew, and Frigg is Frigg. And so we know very little about them, but we know they were important because they named parts of the landscape after them. So Woden, Wensbury, Wansborough, the Wansdyke, various other places. Chew, we've got Chewsley, Tisley, Tiersmere, Tysoe, and the others I haven't done enough research to tell you. But those are the main attestations, the turning up in old charters and place names. So before I leave Stow, I'll just mention there are some, in the early medieval period, this was part of the parish of the manor of Morgasbury, and but it was a named place, and one of the names was Edwardes Stowa, which is a good solid English name, Edward. It's obviously not from the Bible. There is a Saint Edward, but he was an English saint, and there's a couple of them, I think. But so it might not have been a pagan meeting place, but it probably was a religious one. Though I suspect it probably was pagan. We've no idea what it was, to what god. Behind me is there's a field, and there's what's marked on the map as Roman buildings. And I had a look at the satellite imagery, and yeah, it does look like it. So we're showing some continuity. Stow is just up the road. I can just see the outlying buildings of it 100 yards away. So we can show continuity here. There's 3 charters for Morgasbury, which includes Stow-on-the-Wold, and hold on, let me have a look in my notebook. Now, one of them calls this a graves Haevden, which means the grove's head, so the edge of the grove essentially. But one of the other charters calls this Mathil Gares Biria, which is Mathilgar's fortified settlement. I'm wondering, it does seem that these 2 places, the Graves Haevden and this Biria, are the same place. In which case they could be talking about this as a fortified enclosure. Perhaps they may be referring it, but they normally use words like castra and stuff like that to describe Roman stuff. So it might or might not be, but it's I'll show you the satellite imagery for this field, but we're going to go on to Stow. There's more to be seen. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, leave a comment, a like if you fancy it, and please watch the first part of this journey, part 1 of the video to the left here. Ta-da for now.